Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Satisfactory. In the last episode, we finished the onboarding process completely. So we are, I guess, officially out of the tutorial. And now it says that our objective is to build the space elevator, which is not going to happen in this episode because look with me here. This is what the space elevator needs. Oh. Okay, well, sure. For one, this is the space elevator. Hello, do you see how huge this is? Hello? But we need 500 concrete, 250 plates, 400 rods, and 1,500 wire. That ain't happening in this episode, unfortunately. But what we can do this episode is we can look at our terminal right here, and there are new tiers that we need to work on, and we're going to focus on tier 1 today. So I already have the base building one selected as my milestone. So for this one, we're going to need 200 concrete, 100 plates, and 100 rods. We already have the plates and the rods. We could get the concrete really easily and really quickly, but what I want to do is I want to start making sure our power is good to go first, and then I do want to automate our concrete factory over here where our limestone is. That way we don't have to do it manually anymore. I think it would be a lot easier if we could just automate it. So I actually did a little bit of recording just before this where I started working on this right here, and then I noticed OBS was being really laggy and none of that footage is usable. Luckily, it was only about 10 minutes of gameplay, so y'all didn't really miss much. But what I have right here is a constructor, and this constructor is going to be making biomass out of leaves. So biomass with the leaves is just it's a more efficient power source than just straight regular leaves. So this right here, it's just a storage unit into a constructor into another storage unit. So my goal for the next little bit is to go get as many leaves as humanly possible to put into this, and then to have turned into biomass to be stored in this container right here. That way we don't really have to worry about how we are going to be fueling any of our biomass burners, which is also another problem we need to solve because we're going to need more biomass burners. In fact, we're going to need a biomass burner in order to power this. Suddenly there's a lot of things that need to be done, and I'm like, oh goodness, which order do I do this in? When do I do what? Where do I put what? And I just need to remember that it's not a big deal because whatever I put down, I can pick it back up and put it back down really quickly, because every time you dismantle something, I'm not going to dismantle this because I don't feel like having to put it back down and line it back up. But if I were to just remove this, it would give me back all of the resources it takes to build it. So taking things down and moving it is not that big of a deal. But I'm a really indecisive person, so it does take me a little while to decide where to put things. Like I already hate where I've put this, but I'm just going to let it be for now. We are at the Mushroom Cave. And we are also at this. It is purple. It is pretty. And it is quartz. I don't think we need anything quartz at the moment, but it's nice to know that it's right here, right behind my hub, and easily accessible for whenever we do need it. When do I get to cut down? I can't cut down a tree with this, can I? No, I don't think I can. Let me just tase a tree to the floor. Hopefully it is safe for me to come in here. This is beautiful, though. This is so pretty. Oh! No, 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 no. Okay, that wasn't that hard to kill, but it did scare me.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Initial data suggests these are predators, but notably they do not have a traditional mouth or eyes. There are, however, numerous cavities on their head which could fulfill a similar function. Preserve the remains for later study.
What are these guys? Where? Where? Oh my god! I'm gonna die. Okay, we're good. He's scary. Wait, are there more? No, I think we're okay. What are you? Okay, those more leaves. I guess I can't... Where? Oh my god! They keep coming out of nowhere. I want to get up to that red thing that's up there. Hi. You're pretty. A summer sloop.
The Summer Sloop was named after Marie Somerville, co-founder of
Mycelia.
Fixit and head of its R&D department. There are many theories about the origin of this shape and why this symbol, mathematically resembling a Mobius strip, has found its way into both human and extraterrestrial culture. Thankfully, you don't need to know any of these theories to be a pioneer. Store it for later use. Fun fact: the planet you are on was found and named during a planet spotting event Marie hosted called Marie's Awesome Scientific Search of the Avant-Garde Exoplanets. The fruit of this fungus-like flora does not seem to show much potential for use. However, its mycelial network is worth further investigation. Store this potential resource for later use.
Gotcha. What happens if I jump on this? Oh. Nothing. I just fall through it. That's okay. We've got a glowy thing. A glowy thing. What are you? Oh, another blue power slug. Ooh, is that another Mercer sphere? Let's try to get up there. It is a Mercer sphere. Hello, blue flower. Hello, blue power slug. I have wood in my inventory, so we're going to use wood. We're going to come over here to the hub and make some biomass out of the wood in order to put into this biomass burner right here so that we can power that and it can start making other biomass for us. So I'm going to go ahead and just make all of the biomass wood that I can right here, no matter how long it takes. That way we can put it into our other biomass burners right here, and we can get all of our other production going as well, and it'll be okay. All right, I didn't even use all of the wood because it filled up my inventory so fast, but we have 200 biomass in all three of our biomass burners, and I'm just going to stick the rest into this container right here. That way I just know that this is where my biomass is, and we are going to connect this to this, and it should just go ahead and get started. Yep. All of our production lines are moving again, which is really great. So now we are making wire again. We are making rods and plates again over here, and all is well. So what I want to start doing now is I want to make one big energy complex, and I'm thinking that I want to put it... Ooh, where do we want to put our energy complex? Let me walk around for a moment and see where maybe the best spot in my brain is to put it. That way we can have everything connected on one power grid and not on a bunch of separate things like it is right now. Looking at it, I think that up here on this ledge, well, it's not really a ledge, it's more of a hill, would be a really good spot to start a little power grid. We have 4 biomass burners happening right here. So yeah, I even changed what I just showed you guys, and now we're here because what I did was I took the biomass generator from there and I put it right here, and now we've got 5, and eventually we'll have space to put a 6th one right there, and they all come into this one line right here. So I'm going to turn everything over here off, and I'm going to try to get them all fueled and turned on over here. So I'll be right back when I do that. I'm kind of nervous about it. I'm scared it won't work, but we'll see. We'll see. Let me show you where we are at now. So when I left you, I was showing you this right here. We've got our 5 biomass burners all condensing down into one power line, and if you look right here, we've got a line of power lines going all the way across our little flat area right here, and right here it branches off over here towards our hub, and this one power line right here, it attaches to this smelter and this constructor, and then we have another power line right here that goes up to our miner, and then that is this little segment, this little branch off, and then this branch off right here goes to this constructor over there that's making our biomass, and then this over here, it's kind of got a lot going on for it, but it's okay. Right here it branches off into this one, and it does this smelter and constructor. There's one over here that does that smelter and constructor, and then this one also, oh wait, no, this one goes to this power line right here as well. That goes into both of these miners. So everything is powered, and now all I have to do is turn these on and hope for the best. If it breaks, we'll get to it when we get to it. But let's try to flip all of these on and see what happens. So we've got our power system now. What I want to do is come over here and finally get our concrete farm up and running, and then we can do this milestone, the base building milestone. And once we do the base building milestone, what's funny is that we're probably going to delete all of that and put it on top of foundations. It is not pretty, but we can try to fix that later. But it is the miner. Ooh, I forgot we had that portable miner down there. It is the miner into the smelter. Wait, we don't need a smelter for limestone. What am I doing? Y'all. Good grief. We fixed it. It looks a little bit better now too, actually. So I'm happy about that. So we're gonna change this to concrete, and everything should be running how it's supposed to. So all we need to do now is get power over here. This should get to work fairly quickly. We are getting concrete now. This is really good. You're so cute. I'm not gonna hurt you, I promise. Oh, what's that blue thing up there? That doesn't look like a power slug. Y'all see that? That up there, I think, is, but not whatever is under it. I'm gonna go check out whatever it is under it. Are you gonna kill me? Oh, no. Before we get too reliant on our biomass producer being over here, we are going to move it back behind the biomass burners. We've got the setup over here, so now I'm going to go grab as much as I can from this storage container and move it up there, and then we'll get rid of this storage container and add power to our setup back there. I have a lot of just iron ore and copper ore in my inventory that's just going to sit there doing nothing. I'm wondering if I can put them into... I definitely won't be able to put it into this. Oh, there's leaves here. No. Give me leaves. Because this is going to be constantly full, right? Yes, this is definitely constantly full. Can I put it into the... No, I can't put it into that. Can I put it into the mine? This is going to be full too, isn't it? It is. So I guess what I want to do is get this stuff out of my inventory, but there's no reason to put it into storage because it's just going to sit in there as well. So I'm going to make stuff out of it. That's really the best thing we can do at the moment. We have gotten our inventory cleaned up a little bit. We smelted all of the ore down into ingots, and then we used those ingots to just make a variety of different things, really. And now our inventory is looking a lot better. Put some things in the chest. For some reason, I have 8 leaves that I did not put into my biomass maker over there. So we'll go put those aside. And then I think when we come back, there should almost definitely be enough concrete in our storage container right there that we can complete this milestone that we are on. And then we can come put all of this onto foundations. Possibly. We'll have to see what we need to make foundations. So here's what we need for this milestone right here. We need 100 plates, which we have. We need 100 rods, which we have. And we need 200 concrete, which we have. Oh. I'm going to launch a pod.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, Be reassured that memories of beloved humans and or animals would have only been distractions
Wow.
from your important mission.
Goodness gracious. So now I can make foundations. Amazing. We now have these on foundations, and we have 6 of them, and all of the power is hooked back up and everything is running again. So now let's get around this and let's go figure out what our next milestone is. And I'm hoping we'll be able to do it pretty quickly. Oh, look at that. We're totally going to be able to do it pretty quickly because we already did everything we could with what we got out of this. It was pretty much, a lookout tower would be nice. A good vantage point to facilitate factory construction. We might make one of those eventually, but we're going to get over here to the logistics, and I'm excited about the splitter and the merger. Really, really excited about the splitter and the merger. For this milestone, we need 300. We already have 300 wire. We need 150 rods, which we don't have. Let's just do that. And 150 plates, which I think we did. Yeah, we did have. Let's go ahead and grab that. And we've got everything we need for that milestone already.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
You're already load balancing.
Oh my goodness. By the way, this is what I did. So I moved, I'm going to get rid of those once I move everything over, but I moved it all to be nice and centered, and it's just the same thing that was right there. So storage container with leaves into a constructor making biomass into a storage container with the biomass. Although I guess I probably don't need this container right here, but we'll keep it just for good measure. Into a splitter right here that's splitting off into 2 more splitters that are splitting into 3 tracks right here. This will back up, which is just fine because once this all backs up, it'll start sending everything to the left side. I think we're going to take all of this down. I think we're going to take it all down. Whoa. We need iron plates, iron rods, reinforced iron plates, and screws. Miners need to go into smelters, and then the smelters need to go, I think they need to go straight into constructors because the default is the iron plates and the iron rods. And then from the iron plates and the iron rods, we can then make screws and reinforced iron plates. So it needs to go miner, smelter, constructor, and then a splitter into a container and into another constructor to turn some rods into plates, and then a container to hold the screws and the plates. I think I said rods and plates right there, but that's not what I meant to say. So that's a lot.
How are you getting the screws to the reinforced plates?
Do you need screws for reinforced? Oh my god, you do need screws for reinforced plates. All right, so we completely reconfigured what's going on over here with the iron. I did insert the clip beforehand of Joey completely blowing my mind and asking me how I'm gonna get the screws to make the reinforced iron plates over here, and I can't even do that yet because I don't have the actual equipment that I needed. I completely forgot that the reinforced plates need screws as well as the plates, which makes sense because if you look at the milestone, I don't need reinforced plates yet because it knows I can't automate that quite yet. So we got rid of the second constructor over here, and it's just going straight over here with the plates. All of the plates are coming over here, and they're gonna fill up these 2 right here. But we've got the screws and the rods figured out, and we've got them coming out a little bit so we can see which container is which, and I don't have to be like, oh, which container are my rods in, which container are my screws in, that kind of thing. We can see what it is, and then we'll be able to remember that these are plates because that's the only thing that's right here. So now our goal is to do the same thing over here with the copper. Yay! Here's where we are at. We have finished the copper branch off, so to say. So we've got the mining the copper. We've got it going into the smelter and making copper ingots. We've got it going into a constructor and making wires. From the wires, it is going into a splitter that splits into a container where it's putting the wires that you see coming out. And then it splits off into another constructor that is making the cable that you now see coming out. So our copper branch off is finished now. It's not too pretty. About right here, it does have a little bit of clipping. Just right there, but I think it'll do for now. We're not going to worry about it too hard. So now we've got both cable and wire being made right here, and we've kind of got a little hallway right here of all of our stuff, other than our concrete, which we might try to get over here at some point, but probably not today, because I think what we're going to do is we're going to get everything that we need for this milestone that's in the top right, and then that will be the end of this episode. It's looking wild compared to how it was when we first started, you know? And our inventory's full again of a whole bunch of ore and ingots and everything. We'll have to deal with that next episode because I don't really feel like dealing with it now, to be so for real. Let's complete this milestone.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings.
That's exciting.
These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
All right, well, we can definitely do that. That'll be what we work on next time. We need to build the little research center so we can research things, and we'll move on to tier 2 of all of our milestones. Oh, and also, I believe now we have the map. All right, that is going to be the end of this episode of Satisfactory. Thank you guys so much for dealing with my absolute scatterbrain and figuring out what works and what doesn't work and making mistakes and fixing the mistakes. I really appreciate y'all sticking around with me. And hopefully next episode we advance even more, because if you think back to how we started at the beginning of this episode, we had nothing of the sort going on right here. So this is super, I keep saying exciting, but I am excited about it. Like, I'm proud of myself for kind of figuring this out, I guess. I know it's like nothing crazy and this game gets very advanced, but as of right now, I am very proud of what we've got going on. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Mwah.